Hey guys, yeah, it's me again. Alright, cool. So, video blog, I think this is my third one. Another poem. I've been posting bits and pieces of this one on Facebook, but I've never actually really finished it. So, this one's called. Wait, what's this one called again? Okay, this one has no name, it's just a poem I wrote. This one's dedicated to a friend of mine. She knows herself. This was for you. See, she writes her poems in red ink. See, she writes her poems in red ink, and I noticed the ink flows from the slits on her wrists, but still she persists, even though she shakes and quivers as her hand touches the paper, and she writes her poems in red ink from the innocent blood that was shed when her innocence was stolen from her, from somebody that was supposed to give her security and strength. See, she writes her poems in red ink. There's a warning to anybody that listens to her that if you play around, you just might awaken a monster. See, words hurt more than bullets these days. The way her thoughts ricochet and her words just bounce off walls and start breaking through windows and start breaking through people's souls as she expresses herself to death. See, she expressed herself to death with each word. That red ink from her blood seemed to be fading. See, she writes her poems in red ink, so she doesn't know how long death is waiting. See, she contemplates suicide like it's a vacation. She already has a boarding pass called a noose that society has simply just tied around her neck, and she's waiting for that final blow that'll kick her off a cliff. And see, she takes a spliff of that weed just to let her mind escape to a different place that she doesn't have to feel like she's on earth anymore, because this world has become so perverse and its diversity has become something more of a curse. See, she writes her poems in red ink. She says, Brian, why are you the only poet that gets me? I said, simply because there's madness that runs through each of us. See, your words speak more than your actions. So when you write down in red ink, it's a cry for help that I can't seem to ignore. But the minute I finished reading, she couldn't finish that poem. She had run out of time. See, she writes her poems in red ink. See, she pours her heart out. In each heartbeat, the ink gets darker. And as it gets darker, so does this world. And secrets was what she poured out. But nobody could hear her cry of help because nobody reads these days. Except when it's on a Facebook status.